tenemos saldo deudor con el mundo ahí afuera. Hagamos algo mejor, queda claro.
Hello everybody, my name is Anastasia and today we are talking all things cross-stitch related. So, if you haven't seen my previous video, I already mentioned that this month I will be doing 10 new starts. This is my birthday month. I also turn very nice number 33, but I didn't want to do 33 new starts, but I think like 10 new starts is amazing number and I'm very excited. I want to do them. But if you haven't seen my last video, like latest video, go back, watch it please, give me a like, subscribe, write a comment, it will really help me. And before we start, give a like to this video please too. So, because I'm pretty sure there will be something that you will like along it. So let's start. The first start that I planned for myself is this amazing mermaid. So this is a new designer for me. This is called like Belair. It is Ukrainian company, but I ordered from their shop, and I didn't order from the website. I directly contacted the shop on Instagram, and after some talking, they were able to send me package from Poland. I'm not sure if they are right now based in Poland or just have some stock there, but they said to China it will be easier to send from Poland. And I did have a little like not a problem, but a little issue of sending money and paying for the things, because right now I think they support mostly like Ukrainian cities and have Visa card, but I don't have. I have a Chinese card. So that was the biggest problem, but even they provided me various different opportunities to pay. We were talking about PayPal, we were talking about Western Union, which I asked my husband is like where in China I can send Western Union money, and it's super not popular in China. So even my husband, who is working in an international company, he asked me like, what's that? So that was fun, but in the end we were able to do it. And after paying for it, I think I received the package after a week and a half. So it was super fast, very well packaged, very nicely everything done. So super secure, very well. So my experience with the shop was super positive, and now I'm even more positive and more excited to stitch this amazing mermaid. And this is not just as a pattern, though they did send me a paper pattern too. This is also like a kit with floss and treasures and things. So let me show you one by one. First of all, they send me like a paper pattern. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, all the pages and everything, just because one of the pages contain the QR code for the electronic pattern, and I don't want to spoil that one. So I'm just going to show you a little piece. But the main part that I liked is that the pattern is done not on paper, like thin paper. It's done on a hard, like carton, so cardboard. Hey, Mimi. Mimi came over. No, cardboard. I really like it because when you send the pattern in a thin paper, it's very easy to rip. It goes like if you stitch it more than like some very fast period of time, it will be visible on the pattern. And also I have a little gremlin at home that likes chewing paper, so it will be very difficult for her to chew this one, and she won't spoil the pattern. I won't need to ask them to resend me or something. The key card is with the colors and symbols, which I also very like. The colors are mostly for the the color key you will see, and the symbols are for the pattern. And on the first side there is just black and white, and the other side contains a colorful backstitch. Like all the green lines will be backstitch. There is not too much of it here, but it does have. And they say that for beads and for treasures, I should consult the paper pattern, even though I have like the electronic pattern, because the treasures and beads are not shown on the electronic pattern very well. Like there are treasures here, which I will show you in a second. So I will need the paper pattern 100%. And they sent me all the floss, and just look at those colors. First of all, I was surprised how little floss there is needed to be. Yeah, it's very, very long, but the amount of floss is not too big. I think they have like excessive amount a little bit here. So I think it's not a very big project. The size is a little intimidating. It's 190 on 130, but all in all, it's much smaller than any like Bella Filipina or like Mirabilia that I've seen. So I think this is like very good size for me, because I really don't like very huge projects. And what really surprised me is that on the pattern I didn't see any cranings or anything, but here they have 3 palettes of different colors, and the third one has 2 colors of craning here. So there is like this blue sparkly one and the white sparkly one. So I was like, wow, these colors are amazing. First of all, they are amazing colors. And secondly, they even have craning here, which I have no idea where. So it will be a very cool surprise to stitch. Even like, I want to stitch her hair more than her actual tail. But since there will be craning there, I think it will be very interesting to stitch that part too. So let's see, for the tail, there are like these 3 very boring colors a little bit, but so many reds and pinks and corals and like light brown. So I think this will be like a blast to stitch, a blast. So, and also that's not it. Let me put it somewhere so we can see the mermaid. I also got a treasure pack because I already learned from my mistakes from the how to say, Dark Queen of the Earth cell when I didn't order the bead pack. And right now I will have to face the question of picking it up by myself and choosing all the colors and everything. So I was like, I'm just gonna make my life easier and surround myself with beautiful things. So I ordered the bead pack. So they sent me these 2 amazing treasures. Just look at them. They're beautiful, they're sparkly, they're shining under the light of the sun. They're everything that I wanted. Then there is like tiny petite beads like that. Ooh, very pretty, like coral red color, pinky. So cool. And they're super tiny, like they're petite beads. So, but what actually made me not find them myself is that they also give you like the bigger size beads, and I was like, I don't want to like measure and try to find them by myself and pick out, so I'll just order whatever is needed. But the other colors are beautiful too. I'm gonna show you. This thing, it doesn't like separate, it's one thing, it only separates in the like caps of the containers. So it's kind of very easy to hold. It's very small, less than my hand, and I haven't seen this organizer before, so it's cool. And these are like the green ones, the murky blues, but they're beautiful. Also very shiny. And the last color is, I think it's kind of like orangey. Very like tropical fishy. Something like that. Oh, beautiful colors. And I'm super happy that I got the pack. So now I have everything ready. I can start today. I don't need to wait for anything else. But you will say, where are you gonna start? Where's the fabric? So I decided not to buy their fabric. First of all, because I was not a big fan of this color. I think it's too close to her tail, like on this side, and a little darker than I would like to. And the like pattern itself is like some spots and dots. Not the type I like. So I'm like, okay, I will find something by myself. So when I received it, of course, first thing I went to my fabric stash and I chose the ones that look like could be like the background for the mermaid, like the watery designs and everything. So I had this piece of fabric. I think it's from some like Russian group where maybe I win it, maybe someone gifted it to me. It's actually not that bad, but I did not like this murky color. It's kind of make me think about the swamp more than the ocean. So I was like, no, this beautiful mermaid is not a swamp mermaid. This is beautiful, like ocean, island, like Thailand slash Filipino islands, coral reef mermaid. So this one is out of question. Then I got myself between these two colors. This is Zweigert printed on color, and this is exactly what I wanted for it. First of all, it's much lighter than the original color, and all the colors will really pop up on this. Super cool. But then I saw this. This is Sajou, the French even weave. No, French linen. So I was like, wow, look at these reds. They are gonna pop so good. But the problem is that her tail has actually the very, very dark green colors. And when I checked, like with one thread over the fabric, I cannot see it. It got lost. Like when it's like a bunch of threads, of course you can see it. But when you just see, like when you check one thread or two threads over, they get so lost. And if it was like somewhere in the middle, I could have still taken it, but this is whole part of her tail that will be lost on that fabric. Yeah, the reds and her crown and her face will pop up, but her tail will be lost. And I really don't want to spend that much time like stitching a project. So I mean, especially this amazing, beautiful project, that it in the end I won't be able to see it. So I had to say goodbye to Sajou and choose this one in the end. First of all, yes, this is everything I wanted. This is the pattern of water. Probably it will be like this more. Pattern of water. It have the bubbles, it has the waves, it gives me the vibe of this coral reef that maybe she just got up from her coral like castle, waking up, she's stretching, getting out, looking outside, and then through the water there is the first rays of sunshine going through, and she's like, oh, too bright, thinking about her dreams at night. Some fishes, like very bright small fishes, are swimming behind her. So this fabric is giving me these vibes. So that's why I'm gonna choose this one, and I'm gonna start right now. Like when I finish this video, I will turn it off and just hoop it and we'll start. So I'm gonna stitch about 1200 stitches here, because if you know, I take part in a game where every month they give me 10 prompts to stitch every month. So this month was super cool, super chill. They just give us prompts like to start a new project or to try a new designer, which this one will totally fit, or like stitch something and put your favorite notebook on it or something like this. So basically not much about the design itself was said, just general things. So a lot of my new starts can fit in any of the prompts. So that's why I'm gonna start, and this prompt will be on 1200 stitches. Let's see how it goes.
El que se enoja, mi amor, pierde un turno y se baja en esta estación. Tenemos saldo deudor con el mundo ahí afuera. Hagamos algo.
It was only a couple seconds for you, but 4 days for me. And for me, 1227 stitches for 4 days is kind of very slow pace, I would say. Right now I don't work, so I have a lot of actually time to stitch at home. I don't have any other things too much to do, but that was the problem. Is like, I don't know why, but my pace of stitching was very slow. And let me explain. So I'm not 100% happy how long it took me, especially considering how many starts I still need to do, and that I didn't start in the 1st of May. So today is actually the 9th of May, and I'm only gonna do the second start today. So I need to hurry up a little bit. So I started in the very middle of the pattern. So this is the pattern, and her like middle way is right here. So I started with these darker green colors and just go on her scale tail. And I think this was one of the reasons why the pace was so low, because I don't know why, but it was kind of boring stitching with these colors. I cannot say they're bad or something. No, just like I think I was waiting for her hair and bright colors and amazing new start, and then I started with the 3 most boring colors in the whole project. The ones I was like, yeah. So I did 600 stitches on them, and then I was like, come on, I need to change. I want to change. And then I went into this darker red coral color and the light one. And with this piece, I also did around 600 stitches. I touched upon her like belt of the seaweed. She has like this beautiful belt, and this one. Yeah, so I kind of touched upon these. I stitched her beautiful tail, and that part went like flying. I did all this in 1 stitch a day, and I was really like eager for more, but I had to stop myself because otherwise I won't be able to stitch all my 10 new starts. And I'm very happy with how it's going. Yeah, of course I will have to like fill in her tail more in the future, and I think in the future, next time I will pick her up, I will go back to her tail because I want to like stitch the most boring part first, and then go into her like hair and the skin and the head, like the most interesting part, because I'm pretty sure if I start with her head and skin and the hair, then after that I won't be like so eager to pick her up again. So I will go from bottom to top, but it's probably not gonna be now or anytime soon, or because I'm not like going for a finish this year. This is just one of the starts, and maybe next year, but I'm not sure. Let's see. So in total, I'm super happy how she looks. I'm super happy with the colors. It was very easy stitch. Like the pattern is super easy, like big chunks of one color. Like I picked up the darkest green, then I go for the lighter green, then I go for the next shade of green. They're very easy. Yeah, I didn't stitch something in between, but I think next time it would be even more interesting because this side is going to be like the dark cranic, the dark shade of cranic, the bluish one, and that side is gonna added like the silver one, so it's not just the boring colors anymore. I did encounter a couple like problems with this kit, but I think it's just the way I'm actually stitching it and not like the 100% kit problem, because the way they send you the floss, they are very long, so it's kind of very good because I like the long threads. I don't like to change thread too much, and you can see like they start here and they go, it's still going, and I'm here, so they're very long. But what I did not like fold them in half and then stitch. I actually take 2 strands and I stitch with them together. So by the time I was like 70% done with the thread, it kind of started ripping. I think maybe it was too long, and my needle eye kind of cut it. But I had this problem together with the green ones and with the coral colors, so I think like this kind of thread better be folded in half. Maybe I was just lazy to do it, I'm not sure. But this is my story. And the second part that like had a little problem. I don't think it's a big problem, and I don't think it's like every person will encounter it. So, but I just have to share. Their organizers are like these Chinese style organizers. Like every time I order Sealcraft or some Chinese kits, they have this like type of organizers where the thread are glued in between. So to they're not falling out. You cannot like pull it out, but you have to like cut. I want to show it to you. You have to like kind of cut it here to get it. So it's kind of very efficient and very nice, but if you don't finish your thread, like you kind of don't have anywhere else to put it. And here you can see I didn't finish this very light green, and I was like, oh, what should I do with it? Because I obviously cannot put it back inside, and I don't want to organize a special organizers just for leftovers. I was like, oh, what should I do? So I did a little hole with my scissors and just like tied in the hole. Yeah, it's not gonna be as beautiful anymore, and I violated the organizer. But yeah, that was another issue I had, is like where should I put all the leftovers? I don't think I will have a lot. I think like later I will try to stitch like the whole thread, and just because I didn't want it like to rehoop it, it was hooped in this place, and the next light green should be like under the hoop, so I didn't want to change the place. I was like, I'm just gonna stitch all the things here, no need to do too many too many things. But yeah, well, the leftovers were a little an issue, just this little thread here. So these are the things that I encounter. I don't think everyone will encounter it. I still highly recommend this like company. Company is Layla, or the designer Lena Bardi. They are a Ukrainian-based company, so go and support them, please. And also, the design is so beautiful. And now it's time to show you what I'm gonna start next. You ready?
Es mucho mejor.
And for my second start, I chose this amazingness. This is like new release from the designer Magic Thread, Russian designer of samplers. And when I saw this lemon sampler, I just ran. I ran to buy it. And actually, the designer first made like a giveaway of her new pattern, and I was like, yes, please, 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 please. I was like keeping my fingers crossed, like, please, I really, really, really want this sampler. And I did not win, but even during the winning, like the giveaway, I sent a messages like, if I'm not winning, I will go and buy it. And this is how it happened. It's like the exact day that there was like announced who is the winner, I saw it's not me, and I was like, okay, never mind, I'm gonna go and buy it from the designer. And the fun part is that the designer, for one price, actually did two patterns. He did like this giant sampler of lemons and birds, and this smaller one, which actually contains all the interesting parts of the bigger one. But for me, it's more, how to say, more digestible, I would say. I don't really like huge designs, and I'm not sure where to put them. But this smaller version, I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful. And I can put it in my kitchen. First of all, I love lemons. I love all the citruses, and this color scheme is like totally to my heart, like 100% straight, like Cupid's arrow in my heart. So I was like, oh, I love it on the black. I could put it in my kitchen because previously, a couple years ago, I already painted oil painting about the lemons. I went to the studio and the teacher helped me to paint the painting myself. And now it's decorating my kitchen and I'm so happy to see it every day. And I think this like sampler with lemons will like become the second part of my kind of like starting decoration of the kitchen. It's so cool. And the fun part that the designer for the price of one is selling two patterns. So she's not like selling this like more expensive one and this is like cheaper one. No, she's like for one price you get two patterns, which is for me I was like, why? Why would you do that if you can just sell like two different patterns? And I don't think people will pay twice, because probably people who wants to stitch the bigger one, they will not stitch the smaller one already, and the people like me who wants to stitch the smaller one, they don't need the bigger one. But actually you pay once and you get two patterns. So I have both of them, but I'm gonna stitch the smaller one. And I have never stitched the on black before. See the citruses and some lemons even on my table. So I have never stitched on black before. I did very dark blue and very dark purple, and I remember it was really hard on my eyes. So when it was time to find the cloth, the fabric, I remember that last year I bought this stitch cloth from Japan. This is the company Olympus, and this is more like embroidery or special stitches cloth, like Japanese style. What is interesting, it is still even weave, but it's like 20 count, so it's really big. Let me put this away and open it for you. So, but I think it will be so much easier for my eyes, because actually the holes are giant. giant holes, so it will be super easy to stitch on it. And I'm not gonna stitch like 1/2. I'm gonna stitch like over 1, like probably 2/1, or I will see maybe 3/1. So I think it will be much easier for my eyes because the holes are so big, and I'm just gonna do over 1, so it's much easier to count. I think I this is my hope. This is my hopeful thoughts. Yeah. So, and this is like scale 1-on-1 on how it kind of will look over 1. So it's like, it's okay. It's not gonna be that big because the sampler itself is already big. Even like this part is already like 200 something stitches. So it's gonna be substantial if I stitch it like on normal count, like 28 or 32 count. And if I stitch it on 20 count but over 1, I think it's gonna be kind of tiny. But I don't have a big kitchen, so I don't need something really ginormous. But it still will give me like this amazing feelings of stitching these lemons and birds. Oh, especially the birds. If you give me any pattern with 2 birds, I'm like gonna stitch it like crazy, because I don't know what's the deal, but if I see 2 birds, they kind of make me think about me and Aaron. We're like 2 birds that are found together in this wide world. And I stitched like 2 swans, I stitched 2 magpies. Like 2 birds are a must. If there would be 1 bird, I would still think about it, but if there are 2 birds, I would definitely stitch it. And probably I would start, the middle is like this tiny flower here, but this part is like backstitched. So I probably will start from the bird, just because it's more interesting part and I want to try it. This design still has some backstage, but not too much, and I don't think it's really needed. Like majority of the things don't have the backstage. Just this part is like maybe use straight stitch, or I don't know. Like we will see how it will go. I'm not sure how it will look on my fabric, but we will see. And for this design, I only need to stitch 600 stitches as a norm for this month. So for next time, you will see it's gonna have very little progress, but at the same time, I won't be spending too much time on it. because I for the prompt I need to use some ornament which is like a repeated motif, not like this kind of ornament or something, but a repeated part. So this part is circle, half circle is exactly the ornament, and I just need to stitch 600 stitches on this project. So I'll see you in a second.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Vengo a saldar las deudas con mi existir. Que el dolor y el temor firmen pactos de alquimia con.
And again, it's been 3 days. 3 days later than you've seen me. I am back. I didn't expect it will take so long, but who knows? So first of all, I brought for you this my oil painting with lemons. I don't know if I've shown on the channel before, but a couple years ago I went to the art studio, and there, under the guide of the very amazing teacher, she helped me a lot. I painted myself for the first time in my life, and one of the 2 paintings I made, it was these lemons. I chose the project myself. It was based just on a photo from the internet, so I just found some photo on the internet of real lemons, of real like lemon tree and lemon flower, and just painted it. The teacher really helped me. Like, she gave me some tricks and tips about how to start the painting, what to do. She also gave me some guidance about the things I have no idea about painting, because of course I never learned to paint. I never learned to do things. So for example, like these colors, they have blues, or like the whites, they're not pure whites. They have like pinks and reds and yellows there, and like even some greens in the lemons. She's like, oh, here you need to add some shade, or here look at the picture, there is like the light that shines upon like the leaf, so this part of the leaf should be under the light, and then some part also shines through here. It's like she gave me all the instructions, and she also helped me to build a palette for my lemons, because of course, like, I look at the lemons, I choose 3-4 colors of yellows, and she's like, no, you need like blues, you need purples, you need like some black, it's like, or like pinks, and I was like, what? Really? There are so many colors here, I never knew. But the majority of work, like maybe 85% of work, I painted 100% by myself. She never like painted for me, she only like instructed me. And for example, all these parts with ripped off the leaf, or like these little things, I painted myself. I was like, wow, I really did something, like even without her instructions, and oh, that was amazing. So you see, lemons take a special place in my heart. I really like citruses, especially recently. I like something sour. So I brought it for you, and I brought one of my favorite scissors, which I interpret as little Liang Mei running. She doesn't have a tail, but it's like really, really her face. One of my favorite scissors, because lately it's been like a rule among like Russian or Eastern European YouTubers that you cannot point or at your works with your fingers, like your fingers are too big and too fat. You have to point with some scissors or some special stick or something, like make it more elegant. So I was like, okay, so this time I will bring the scissors, especially because I don't have any good like manicure or like coloring of my nails. In China right now, they kind of suggest when you're like pregnant, you do not color your nails, you do not use any chemicals, you don't color or dye your hair. Basically, you can't even wash dishes, which I absolutely agree. Please, my hubby does an amazing job doing all the dishes in the house. So if they say I cannot, then I cannot. But yeah, unfortunately this year I cannot use any nail polish, but anyway, I brought the scissors for you. And finally, let's go into my progress on the start. I think you remember the pattern, so I don't need to show you again. So I'm going to show you these beautiful, stunning bird. Here I already have 800 stitches, and I did not expect it to be like this quick and this amazing to stitch. I had to stop myself literally yesterday. It's like, okay, that's enough. That's like 800 stitches. I already covered my prompts. I really need to start another one. I stitched it only 2 days, and the speed was really good. And you see the coloring, so many shades. Like there is several shades of yellow, several shades of like these like mint blues, and there is even like black here. You can't see them too much, but they are there. And if you notice, this is a different fabric from what I showed you like 5 minutes ago, or when was the last video. um, this is the fabric I showed you, the Japanese one. And when I started stitching on the Japanese one, I noticed that first of all, because of the like thread in the fabric are so thin, the cross stitches just disappear between them. Like I've made full cross stitches here, but you barely can see them. Plus, they're not that even. This is like, I tried my best for very, very even stitches, but compared to the Ada, you see like they are lacking. So what I decided to do is that I spent like an evening for this. And I stitched like barely 100 something stitches, and I didn't like it, so I went on Taobao. I ordered just the black Ada 18 count. It's gonna be already pretty big, so I didn't want any bigger count, like 14 or something. And also I didn't want any like even weave or linen, because it's already gonna be difficult. So the easier it is, the better. And it's actually pretty easy to stitch on Ada, especially the black one. I don't see like the coverage is really good, but I still see the holes. That's what I wanted to say. I don't see the holes in the stitching or black behind the stitching, but when I'm stitching, and especially like if I have some light clothes under, or I'm stitching and looking at the pattern on my computer, the screen is shining through, I can very easily see the holes on the pattern. So this is amazing stitch. I highly recommend this pattern. Unfortunately, I wasted a long time waiting for the fabric. Not like a long time. Basically, I ordered it, and the next day I already received it, and already in the evening I could sit and do my first stitches. But all in all, it took me 3 days for this tiny thing. And while I was waiting for the fabric, I just wanted to share that I finished my Frog Princess from Owl Forest embroidery. Just look how amazing it is. I finished all the fireworks, I finished her dress, her face with petite stitches, her skin, which were as intended on the pattern. So it's not just like me doing it, it's pattern. Pattern asked me to do this. And finally, I have a big finish in May. I think it's the only finish I have in May. I will have. But I'm super, super happy with it. And this is one of the things I started very early on my channel. I think I bought this kit in 2019, even before I started this channel. So I'm not sure if I started it in 2020 or I even started in 2019. I'm afraid I don't have the record when exactly I started it, but let's assume that if I bought this in 2019, I think it was around September, so it's like middle of the year. I still had a lot of time to start it, and this kit was amazing. I was waiting for it for a long time. I don't think I would waste a lot of time and not stitch it. I think I would start it as soon as possible. So yeah, probably this whip with me from 2019, or 2020 is the latest. So finally, after 4 or 5 years later, I finished it, and I'm super happy. And now even more Owl Forest embroidery is coming my way. So yeah, highly recommend the company, highly recommend the kits, the threads, the fabrics. Everything was amazing. So And let's go into my next start. Finally, let me show you what I'm planning to start for the third start of the May. So one of my friends from Russian YouTube, she got herself a book, Cross Stitch in Wonderland. Unfortunately, I don't know who is the writer or who is the painter, because first of all, this book contains the art of the painter, and then based on these paintings they are made into cross stitch. I got myself like a Japanese/Chinese version of the book, because like we can see like Japanese names and we can see Chinese names, so I assume that at some point the book was republished in Japan, and then Chinese people saw it and they republished this book in China. They kept all the Japanese writings and even some English ones in the names, but unfortunately they did not keep the name of the artist. So let me show you. My friend had this in hardcover, and I found it on Taobao in softcover, and I was able to snatch it for very like cheap. I think it was like around 130 yuan. So I was like, whoa, for 130 yuan I got a whole bunch of patterns. So all the paintings you see here are originally like the art that is the cross stitch based on. So they're all very cute, very like I don't know, girly. Usually it's not my style, but maybe because of my how to say this year's position, I'm like, oh, I really want to stitch. And you can see this is the fairy that I've stitched previously in April. If you haven't seen it, you can go and watch the previous video. And another mermaid that I'm in love with. And I also love this angels. Oh, generally I look at all of this and I want to stitch every one of them. So let me go through the stitching one because you can see them much better. Ooh, this is so cute. The brown musician. And then we've got the twins, the girl and the boy, and the little kitty in stripes. And this will be my third start. This is a cute little angel. Unfortunately, no idea how the pattern is called in the original. Cute little angel that like in charge of the weather. So basically he has like these long ropes which he can pull and it will be sunny, or he can pull, it will be snowy or like storm or rain, and he pulls on the clouds and the weather comes out. And so the idea is amazing. I love how retro it is. I love that the clouds are not very white. There is still a lot of white in his like stockings and the skirt, her and the wings, and some part of the cloud is a little white, but most of it is like beige brownish. So cool. And the pattern, I made a picture, a print from this pattern, so I won't be marking the book, but I will be stitching it. So let me just show you the others. The Little Mermaid, the girl playing with her cat, like trying to teach it singing, and this is so cute. It's like a giant piece of cake. I understand it will be not very interesting to stitch this piece of cake, but it reminds me the fairy tale about the princess and the pea that she was trying to sleep, and someone put a little green pea in her mattresses, like under 20 mattresses, and she was so delicate and so sophisticated that even under 20 mattresses she still can feel this green pea and like could not have a very nice sleep. The Ribbon Girl, very retro bear with 3 girls around it trying to dress it up. I think it's so adorable. All of those, like all of these patterns can be used for nursery, can be used like for girls to decorate their clothes, for anything. And this is so cute too, like 2 little chefs with giant like chef hats have a little cakes on top. And I like how these patterns use kind of like a lot of backstitch, but at the same time they don't backstitch too much. They still have some like missed points, like for example in her stockings, like you don't cover the whole leg in backstitch, but just like some outline here and there in her hands or something. And this girl in polka dots, she reminds me of Mary Poppins. I don't know why. Maybe because when I was a kid, I had 5 books by Mary Poppins, and her general outfit here and umbrella, it just reminds me of that, because Mary Poppins also in that book wear a lot of polka dots. But it's so adorable. Like literally, I want to stitch every single pattern from here. I have seen recently someone on Instagram posting this pattern, and I was mesmerized. I didn't know this was from this book, so I already loved it. But now I find it here. I was like, oh, that's so cute. 2 little girls, and I don't know why, but this little thing on their head, this part, it reminds me of the Teletubbies, when they also had little things on their head, but also it's so amazingly cute. And the girl from the cover, just some nursery things. 2 girls that don't want to look at each other, but I love the violet, I like the purples, so maybe I would change them to look at each other. And then the little spring fairy that I did stitch, and here I see it's exactly like the one I stitched. So yeah, here the colors are very how to say, accurate. So if I don't like some shading or some coloring here, I should change it even before I start stitching. The mermaid, yes, please, more mermaids in my life. I would actually start a mermaid, but I already have one mermaid this month, so I decided to stitch another one. Actually, I really want this little witch. She is adorable, but I think she's so small, so I was going for something bigger as a first start on this book. Maybe later I can stitch something smaller. And they have the whole like section of the book written in Japanese and Chinese on how to start the project, how to stitch, how to finish it, like how to iron things. And that's very pretty and very useful, I think, especially for the first time stitchers, even how to FFO it in a bag or FFO it in a cloth. So kind of very cool book. And of course, here is what I'm gonna stitch. And now I'm gonna share with you my choices of fabric. Because the little girl, Angel, is on some rustic, very light fabric, I found I have this Obelhar Eva, kind of like linen, but very soft. And then I found maybe it's too light, so I searched through my fabric stash and found a darker one. Here on the camera, I don't know if you can see it, but it's very distinctively like 2 different shades. Then I was like, I'm not sure I like it though. Like it's too browny, it's too like dark, maybe something lighter. So I actually found a rustic Ada and a rustic Belarusian fabric. So I don't need to do it on an Ada, I can do it on a fabric. But then I was like, but her clouds in the sky are very like beige, not dark. Look, if they would be like 100% white, I would opt for the rustic one. But they're like beige and a little brownish, so I was like, maybe the fabric would be too light and they will be lost. And this pattern is amazing. I don't want it lost, so I also find this orangish fabric. We call it like a rusty teapot. I don't know why it's called rusty teapot, but a very like rusty orangish fabric, which is like, I thought about it, but she is having different kinds of weather there, and if I stitch it on a rusty teapot, it would be like giving as a very warm, very sunny day feeling, which is, I'm not sure. So now I'm like separated between these 2. Number 1 is dark chocolate. This is amazing color. This is very, very nice color, but the pattern has a lot of like black backstage, and at some point I was thinking like, is it gonna be lost on this fabric? Because let me show you. There are moments when the backstitch is just on the fabric, when it doesn't outline things, but like just on the fabric for the snowflake, for the rays, and in the in the rain. So plus there is like tons and tons of backstitch around. So I don't want it to be too lost. Though I checked, you kind of can see the black thread on this fabric very easily. It's still very light, it's not too dark. But then I found this piece. I think this is like a French linen sajou, and this is like, let's say, grayish blue. I would say it's like a color of the storm on the sea, like stormy sea, or a misty color. So I was thinking maybe this, but now I'm thinking between these two colors, which would be the best, because I could opt for a safer option, like one of these two as exactly in the book, but then it's like, I still want to give something like of my own to the pattern. So I'm still thinking, maybe next time when you see the progress, you will know which fabric I chose.
Todo lo que hay. No te apures, mi amor. Despacito este barro es mucho mejor. Es mucho mejor. Es mucho.
And only one day later, and I'm back! Hooray! Didn't take me too long this time. And today is a very special day because today is my birthday! Woohoo! That's why I wanted to show you the bouquet of flowers that I received from a friend this morning. She right now lives very far away from us on another part in another side of China. She is very, very far on the south, and I miss her greatly. She was very close. We were very, very close friends. And in the morning, I didn't expect anything much because Aaron obviously has a work day. He actually woke up like around 6:30 in the morning. He saw that I'm not sleeping and congratulated me with the birthday. He said like happy birthday, and then he tried to say it in Russian, but he butchered it. But still, he gets like A plus for the effort. It was very fun and very very sweet. My family sent me a lot of messages. My mom made a video. As always, my mom makes a lot of like photo compilations of the pictures I sent her, and then every holiday or every birthday for all the people, she does all kinds of compilations. That's very funny. So it was an amazing morning, and of course, I couldn't not bring to you the flowers to show. When else are we gonna have fresh flowers in this house? Thing is, I have allergies, May has allergies on flowers, Aaron has allergies on flowers. Fortunately, we don't have actual allergy on these flowers, but on many other kinds of flowers, especially with pollen. So that's why the fresh flowers are very rare in our household. Even like Aaron asks me like, do you want some flowers for the Mother's Day? Do you want some flowers like for Women's Day? Do you want some flowers for your birthday? And every time I'm like, no, let's not buy any flowers. I'm not sure how May will react. Last time he bought some lilies, and May was like itchy and scratchy and sneezing and coughing a lot. Like literally the flowers were very far away from her, and she never gets on that table. She never even smelled them just because they are in the room. She and like the room was very big and spacious. She already like smelled it and was allergic to it. So that's why I was super happy to see the flowers in the morning, especially with these amazing colors. It's like light pinks and purples, like violet colors, all my very favorite shades. So just very amazing morning. I decided to share with you my mood. And let's see what I've done. I'm gonna remind you of how the pattern looks like. And this is what I'm intending to stitch. and this is my first 800 stitches. Actually, it's like 780 or something. So it's a lot, a little less than 800, but it's okay. So I intended to stitch only 600s here, but when I started, I decided to finish all the blue in her skirts, and like underskirt white. So that's why like I just finished the color in here. As you can see, my blue is definitely different from the blue that they are using. It's because I decided first of all to upgrade this pattern a little bit. For me, these colors are quite retro, and I don't actually need like this pattern to be so retro. It's very beautiful and very touching, but the colors itself like too too conflicting a little bit. So for example, like in the clouds, yeah, I understand the grayer color, the ecru in the clouds, but this brown or this gray, I don't think they need to be this bright. And especially like her skirt is very dark. Like there is some like even black squares in here, and you cannot like see if they're black or they're dark blue. So I decided not to follow the color key that's here. I decided to choose on my own. And I have a lot of like leftover colors from some bigger kits or smaller kits, and from one of the Miroshka's kits I found this amazing like dark blue and light blue. They go well together, especially because they're from one of the kits, one and the same kit. So I thought, why not to change her into a little brighter angel? Maybe I will change the sun, not so yellow, orangish, more like golden yellow or something. And of course, I would change this brownish in the sky and a very dark brown in her wing. Like I still don't understand why this color needs to be needs to be here. Like I would think this should be like ecru because this is part of her wing that is like kind of shaded, but why is it dark brown? So I started with kind of like in the middle. The middle is kind of here, so I counted up to her hand. I went to her sleeve, her wings, and then I did the darker shade of the blue and the lighter ones and her underskirt part. Yeah, I know it would look much better if I had like a part of the head here, but it's been already like more than 700 stitches, almost 800 stitches, and I already covered one of the prompts for this month's tasks, and actually I didn't need any more. She will be stitched one time, sometime in the future she will be finished, and I think I would deeply enjoy stitching on her. She's very, very like quick and lovely stitch, not too difficult, but I think I would love playing with color changes. And another thing why I chose this chocolate, dark chocolate color, because you may remember how I was like a little anxious about stitching this black back stitching here on it, and I was talking to Aaron about it, and Aaron, who is not into cross stitch and doesn't like really understands anything, he actually gave me amazing advice. He said, why not using metallics? Like if sun, why not you use like you have golden thread, you can do the golden rays, and for snowflakes you can do the silver, you can do some yellows for the thunderbolts. So I was like, wow, this is very valid advice and very good reason. It's like, I do have a lot of metallics that I'm not using too much, and I would love to play with them. That's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna change the colors, I'm gonna change the metallics, and I'm gonna see what it's gonna turn into. So far, it's like this. And I'm gonna invite you to look at my start number 4. Ta-da! This is a pattern by Ukrainian designers Milo Vozht and Ekaterina Gafenko, and it was bought many years ago. I think I bought it around 2018 or 2019, and at that moment I think they have some special sale. So I bought 2 witches like that. I have a springtime witch and like Halloween, like fall time witch with a pumpkin. Also, I had like a number of animals in the sweaters with cups, which I already previously finished some years ago. But at that moment, I watched some YouTuber who said these witches are very difficult to stitch. They have like 3/4 stitches, they have like a lot of blends and the back stitch and things like this. And at that moment, I think I was not very experienced stitcher. Like I barely started stitching at that moment. So I was like, okay, maybe these patterns are not for me. I bought them, but maybe a little too difficult. But a lot of time passed, and I believe I have enough experience to handle it now. Plus, I really wanted to start one of the witches last fall. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. So now that I'm making my starts, I'm thinking, why not? I should at least start it, so she will be in my whip pile, and whenever I need something like a witch or just some color relaxing, because I think these colors are amazing. The blues, the greens, even the browns are okay. I don't think they're too dark. I think they have different shades there, so they're just right enough. And I chose for this pattern the fabric that I dyed myself. I actually prepared several fabrics for the witchy like patterns last year, and one of them was this amazing like dark gray blue color with some blackish grayish spots. I don't want her to be like a witch sitting in the like light. I don't want to stitch her on white or blue or something like this. I think the colors are just bright enough so they will pop in here, and the fabric is amazing. It is witchy, like seriously very witchy. So I think she will pop on this color. Even the brown branches will look amazing. And she's a witch, so she can be, even in springtime, she can use this fabric and live there. Maybe she's drinking like midnight tea. Who knows, right? No one says it should be like during the middle of the day. So unfortunately, I don't know how long it will take me to stitch her, because my next prompt is 1200 stitches, so at least I should finish 1200 stitches on her first. But today, you see, it's a birthday day, and then today in the evening we have a big dinner with family, and Erin's mom promised to cook me special noodles for birthday. In China they have a like tradition to make one like giant long noodle in a bowl. Like it's not just like a bowl of different noodles, it's the whole bowl is just one long noodle in soup, and it's symbolized longevity, happiness, like health, and not like the way that your life cannot stop and just lasts forever. So I'm looking forward for that. That's very exciting. And also in today's Thursday, so Saturday we are organizing a very big picnic for all our friends. We're gonna do barbecues and go out to the park and just basically spend a whole day with a lot of people. So I don't think I'll be doing any stitching at that moment, because I will be a birthday girl. It's kind of gonna be very rude if I invite a lot of people and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit in the corner and stitch. So, and the very next day, Erin organized a small trip to like neighboring city. We will take mom and dad and go by train for 3 days to another city, just travel and enjoy ourselves. So I'm really not sure when I can be finishing this switch, but I hope I can show you the progress before we leave, and then maybe I will have another start for the travel.
Stop to see you cry. I never listen to your tears and praise. Oh no, I never stop to see you try. I never listen to the words you say. Oh no, I never
视频，他这儿要拍个视频。
我想做小的视频。可以来做。
哎，他一会儿到时候那个什么，自己弄那个音乐呢。
可以说话和可以上来做，没关系。
您做，没事儿。
看。
Chocolate orange， 哎呦
back, and it's only been 2 days, and I can't imagine that I'm saying this, but I finished my norm, and it was a big one, and I'm all amazed with the whole design, with the whole concept of this pattern. I don't know what I was fearing about. I don't know what I was like uneasy about, because here is my 1300 stitches, first 1300 stitches on this project, and it's mostly all of her clothes. Let me show you like this, and a little bit of the I think they're called muscari in Russian, but I'm not sure how they called in English. They're not lupins, they are something else. So these flowers. So let's first think about the pattern. I thought, because some people in Russia said it's very difficult, it was time consuming, had a lot of like 3/4 and very, very difficult to stitch. That's why it was so long before I like started it. But actually it's like very easy pattern. I highly recommend. If I think you can buy right now their patterns on Etsy or straight through Instagram. So if anyone wants, it's amazing pattern. It does have a lot of colors, but it doesn't have many blends, and the thing I saw is like it has only 3 blends on the whole pattern, and most of them are in browns, I guess. So in blues there are no blends at all. I chose 4 colors of blue, and this is how much I stitched. I filled in from the lightest to a little bit darker. I haven't touched the most darkest one, so there is still some of the like super dark blue left, but May is coming. Maybe we will see her little paws. Yes, of course we will see her little paws, and we need to scratch the phone. So, you okay, Bibi? Bibi, how about you go to the sofa? Okay, come on. You up, jump. Okay. Sorry about that. A real witch cannot survive without her familiar, and May is my familiar. Fortunately, I have to deal with all her shenanigans. So, as I was saying, there were no blends here. Yeah, there were 3/4 here and there, but not too many, I would say, and not like very difficult places. Like they were 3/4, I think, somewhere like where it was a plate or a cup, and somewhere on the edges of the hat to make them look better. So I was totally okay with that. Like it was explainable, it was in like normal places, nothing too much. I think maybe they will be more like 3/4 and things like in her chair or maybe in her face, but as usual, like I don't like to stitch the main hero of the story at the very beginning. Maybe next time I would go through the like down over to the flowers and start on the branches, because if I finish just her and her chair and her raven, I'll be super bummed out to stitch all of these branches and leaves and her banner on top. But if I leave her face and the crowd to the very last moment, I think it will bring me so much joy. Here you already can see basically the whole her clothes are stitched except for the darkest shade of blue. So there will be like a little bit darker here, a little bit darker on her sleeve, and go down there to the grass. But we can see her sleeve, her like another hand, her knees. So basically everything is super visible, even though I'm stitching it 1/2 on 36 colors, 36 count. So I can't say that the coverage is really good. So when you see it very up close, of course there is like some grayish seeping through, but when you see it further away, it looks amazing, especially on this fabric. it like pops up very good, and not just on the camera, on my eyes too. At first I was like a little hesitant to stitch it in the evening, because basically like I do stitch a lot during the day, but of course majority of stitches goes into the evening time. But actually it was not that difficult. Yeah, the fabric is a little dark for the evening stitching, but the floss were very vibrant, very easy to see, especially after I went through the first like confetti of the flowers. Yeah, flowers are a little bit confetti because like you use all the shades of blue at the same moment, so you jump between the stitches here and you have to be very careful and count them around. But once you fill in like the first color, then the second color, and the third color is already going super smoothly, super easily. So here are already like 3 colors in this set and 2 colors in here. So you can see it's like a little bit random. These are these flowers and these flowers, but at the same time they are taking shape and they look amazing, so I cannot complain about that. So I highly recommend this pattern. I greatly enjoyed stitching it. It was amazing start. I'm super happy that I did such a big amount of stitches in just 2 days. 1300 is like a lot for me, and the first day I was like super motivated and I wanted to stitch it so much. I did 700 in just 1 day. For me it's like unthinkable, and I'm super happy about it. I'm super happy about it. And of course I brought with me my trusty notebook with a raven, because she has a raven on her shoulder, on her, not on shoulder, on her chair. I thought I will include this amazing notebook with a handmade raven, handmade cover that Aaron gave me like several years ago, and I'm using it pretty diligently. I'm writing down all my styles, all my finishes, some of my good ideas, or however how much money I wasted during the markets. Yeah, of course it's not even like half full, but I use it sparsely. But it's still very enjoyable notebook. And now let me show you my next start number 5 in May. It is very special for me. First of all, it's very difficult to get right now. It's kind of like a rarity right now, because this kit was produced before the war, and it was a collaboration between a Russian designer and a Ukrainian like woodcutter that's making the wooden bases. And this is amazing Geranium from Olga Lankevich, Paradise Stitch. You know, I stitch a lot from this designer, but I have never like acquired the wooden base for her designs. And I think it was the end of 23 or the beginning of 24 that some woman in one of the VK groups, she was selling off her stash, and she said she has this like pattern plus the wooden base but no floss, and she was willing to sell 4 designs. So there is not just one geranium, there are 4 different flowers in 4 different pots. But spoilers alert, I will show all 4 of them maybe in another video, my next video, because they are coming under the, like, how to say, the part of whole acquisitions and presents, because I bought them like almost a year or something, even a year and a half ago, and they were with my mom in Russia. And recently one of the Russian YouTubers, she came to China, and of course we met, and she brought me all the things that my mom kept for me and also some presents. So that's why I'm not gonna show you all the amazingness that she bring to me in this video. This is just the starts, but I'm gonna show you one of them patterns. Spoilers. Spoilers ahead. And also my plans for this geranium to be stitched this year, preferably by the end of May or middle June, because I'm also like using it as a part in the sale to eliminate my stash, everything that was bought before 2025, before February 2025. So I know that basically I didn't have them for the start of the sale, but I already bought them. I paid the money and they were with my mom, and I just received them, but let's say they were already in my mental stash, if not the physical one. So I decided not to stitch any of the little animals on plastic this month, but use this little start as my part of that SAO. And yeah. Also, big shout out to the designer, because I got the pattern from her, like the paper pattern, but on somewhere here on the paper pattern was written that if you need electronic pattern, you can go to the Ukrainian designer and she will send it to you. I thought it would be like more difficult for her right now to do it, so I went to the Russian designer to Paradise Stitch, and I just sent her pictures of like all 4 kids and this open up, and they said I acquired through third means this kids, and I have the paper pattern. Could you be so kind to send me the electronic pattern as well? And long and behold, just an hour later, I already had 4 electronic patterns on my phones, absolutely free. She didn't ask me any additional payments. She didn't ask me any like questions or anything. How did I get it or whatever? So even though I'm pretty sure for her, these like kids are already like been years and years since she produced. So yeah, and this will be my little start. Unfortunately, I don't have too much time to talk today as we are packing and we are leaving Beijing for 4 days. We're going to Dalian. That's another city not very far from Beijing. We're taking Aaron's mom and dad for a little trip, and we're gonna go like explore the new city for me. So I will stitch it during the trip. And now I have to go. So thank you for attention, and let's see what is my progress on this will be.
I never stop to see you cry. I never listen to your tears and praise. Oh no, I never stop to see you try.
Hey guys, I'm actually recording this on our way back from Dalian. So right now we are in a high-speed way train. This is how it looks. Aaron is sitting next to me. I'm stitching here. He's playing his Switch. Some people are eating, some people are sleeping, like whatever they want. And the high-speed train actually goes only 4 hours. So it's not that bad. It's a kind of nice journey, except for I have to stand up and walk almost every hour. Otherwise, my butt will leave the scene at all. And this is on our way back to Beijing. So as you can imagine, we already spent 4 days in Dalian. We walked around. We visited amazing city. It was beautiful, and I promise the next video I will put in all the videos from Dalian. I will show you all the places we've been to. It was really relaxing. I needed those 4 days. Unfortunately, in those 4 days I didn't stitch too much. I did stitch a lot of my finished start, and I finished all the reds in it. I only take the red colors with me, so I only finished those, but in total it gave me like 900 stitches. So for 2 trains, 1 train there and 1 train back, it's actually not bad. Look. So I finished all the red flowers on top, and yeah, you can see some places are missing the colors in top, but it's for the green leaves. So I finished all of them, and now I'm done. I think for this video I will be finishing on this part on my 5th start, but this is not the last start I want to still do this month. I still have about almost 2 weeks of time before the end of the month, so I will be doing another 5 to 6 starts. I'm not sure, like I can't promise you anything, but it's already like in my head that I want to do more starts, and more than 10, I mean. 10 starts are a must, but already in my head I want to do some more. So can't promise you anything, but you should watch my next video too to see how many in the end I will do. So this was my start number 5. I'm super happy with it, and my plan, yeah, I finished like third of the design. So my plan on this design is to finish it by the 14th June. So this will be in June. Stitched a lot. I will finish it, and I think right now practically I stitched like a third of the whole design. So I can't tell you how much pleasure it was. First of all, it was very nice to take with me. It was very wood smelly, I would say. Very nice for the touch. It's just generally like a pleasure, enjoyment to stitch. And then the colors were amazing. I'm just a little disappointed I didn't take more colors with me. I could have taken like a couple more greens, because we still have about an hour to reach Beijing, and you can even see the mountains far away. There are some mountains. We are gonna reach them. And actually the fun part is that we are not going around the mountains. We are going straight through the mountains, and the Chinese dig the tunnels through the whole range of mountains. Like right now I'm showing you, I would say, the most amount of land we're going through, because a giant amount of train travel is through the black tunnels that we're doing. Let's see one. And here we are. Say hi. Yeah. So this will be my stop for this video, and thank you everyone who's been with me, and see you in the next episode. Bye.
Disimular, así el problema y la duda no nos ven pasar. El que se enoja, mi amor, pierde un turno y se baja en esta estación. Tenemos saldo deudor con el mundo ahí afuera.